Looking to explore critical visual literacy in your classroom? You're in the right place.
Students are exposed to multimodal text now more than ever. As Serafini said, they need to expand their strategies for making sense of these complex ensembles.
We're bringing together three key literary theories: literacy as social practice, multiliteracies, and critical literacy. Literacy as social practice is evident when we converse with peers, communicate our ideas at work, absorb written text for entertainment, or engage with social media. Students now move through a world filled with a huge variety of types of text. Representing this diversity of modes is the bedrock of multiliteracy. For students to respond critically and make up their own minds, they must learn to appraise text. This requires careful examinations of how they're constructed.
Ash's reimagined framework of the 4 resources model applies the original rules specifically to multimodal teaching. Ash's 4 classroom stages involve noticing multimodal elements, engaging with and describing their meanings, responding by composing and reflecting, and critiquing the creator's intent and effects. Research suggests students demonstrate multimodal understanding when they translate meaning across modes in their own compositions.
We recommend a classroom activity in which students isolate and adjust each semiotic system of a text so that it communicates a new message. In this strategy, students will choose a text, such as a scene from a film or television program, and adjust some or all of the semiotic features of design, we're talking visual, linguistic, auditory, spatial, or gestural, in order to change the message and experience for the audience. For example, they could choose 15 seconds from a children's animation and tweak it to frighten their younger siblings.
Hello, AT1.
To make this really impactful, start with short lessons that explicitly teach terminology in order to develop a meta-language with students so that they can describe how modes influence meaning to both wield and critically navigate these modes as readers. Differentiate by adjusting the original text level or start with a different mode, allowing students to explain changes but not implement them, or have students adapt the mode of the text. For example, a video becomes a visual artwork.
This strategy aligns directly with the Victorian curriculum. For English, Year 5-6 students might change music and reframe shots in a short news clip, then explain their choices. Students develop digital literacy while using editing tools to produce revised clips. In media arts, students select soundtrack, framing, and language to represent a character's perspective. For the critical and creative thinking capabilities, students construct testable questions such as does darker colour increase fear? It is also easily adapted for science and humanities. 3 reasons you need this strategy. 1. This strategy maps directly to many parts of the curriculum and helps students learn a semiotic meta-language through targeted edits. 2. It is authentic and engaging because students remix real media for real audiences. And 3. It builds 21st century skills such as critical thinking, inquiry skills, and civic agency by prompting questions about purpose, bias, and audience impact. Do you want your students to be successful, critically informed thinkers? We challenge you to try this strategy in your own classroom.